Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today we are back again reflecting on yet another year 2021, and we're going to take some time today to just go through each and every month of the year, go through the highlights of the year, go through the lessons that we've learned through the year, and just bring that year to a closure so that we can move on to 2022. As usual, I start with my first Instagram post of the year because I usually put down my intention for the year in that post. And last year, my intention was razor sharpness. I knew that I didn't want to lose the edge that I gained in 2020. I didn't want to turn back into the same person I was in 2019. And for that, I wanted to make conscious decisions to live my life intentionally, to live my life with that cutting edge and precision. That was my whole theme of 2021. And looking back, I think I did a pretty good job. January, February, and March were the months where I did a lot of introspection, a lot of reflection, a lot of course correction, and I think those were the 3 months where I did a lot of inner work in myself in order to understand what exactly I wanted from life, who I wanted to be, and how I wanted to behave in this world. I remember that these 3 months I did a lot of thinking. I attended a lot of seminars and programs to kind of get my mind thinking about what exactly I wanted from my life. April was the first time I actually got to vote in my entire life. So, this is the face of a first time voter. I'm glad I wore this ring as well because it signifies what my vote stands for. I have struggled to get my voter's ID since the time I turned an adult, especially because I moved cities after I became an adult. And so this was the first year that I actually got my voter's ID and I was able to vote, and that was one of the highlights of 2021. Having that feeling of being able to, in some small way, contribute to my nation, contribute to my community was very important for me, and I was really proud that I was able to do that finally. April also began the start of the second wave of COVID in my country of India, and I think the world as well, but especially in India. I think the elections that happened and the rallies that happened, a lot of them caused a lot of people in public together, and that caused the spread of COVID at a very intense and fast rate. And this was the wave of COVID that affected, I think, a lot more people. A lot of friends and family contracted the virus this time, and it was very severe. This was also the time where there were a lot of oxygen shortages, medicine shortages, bed shortages, and yeah, it was really a bad time for India. And I think it became such a big, massive hit to our country, and that was what happened in the end of April and May. And I think May was the time we went into lockdown, like complete lockdown for the second time. During the lockdown in May, amidst the deaths, amidst the sadness, amidst the grief, we had a visit from a peacock every single day in our backyard. Look what joined us today. And I don't know why, I don't know how, there was the same peacock that came to our backyard every single day at the same time every day. And it would kind of tap with its beak on our window, which is a French window. It would tap on the window until it probably got our attention. And it would just look into our house. And I think, I don't know, I just feel that sometimes in the midst of everything, when you have something like this happen, it's just a sign of hope, a sign of that there is something good in the world. And I think that is something I want to mention, that this year, even though there were maybe not big highlights for many people, there are the little things that we can be grateful for. May was also the month where we filmed the parenting series, the parenting raising the next generation series that went on my YouTube channel, and that I did with my parents, asking them questions about parenting that you guys had given. The 3 episodes that we filmed on one single day, I think, were one of my most watched YouTube videos in this year, and that content is something I'm really, really proud of, that I was able to film, edit, and put out there for the world so that it could benefit people. I know a lot of people who gave feedback that they really learned something new from those videos, and my hope is that I'll be able to do more videos such as that in this new year. June was when slowly there were still restrictions, there was still a lockdown, I think, in place. And that was when I turned 29, and I spent my birthday at home with my family, not going anywhere out because of the massive destruction of lives that happened in the second wave. I think things were turning a little better by then, but it was just really bad. That was also the month where I got my first dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. Got it, first jab, and let's see how I feel after this. Covishield, if you want to know. I can see slightly, this is where I got it. July was the month where things started looking up a little, things started improving, and two of my friends actually got married in this month. Unfortunately, I was not able to go for their weddings, but I was able to be there at least for one of the weddings virtually. I think I was still thankful that they were able to start this next phase of their life and they didn't have to wait around for COVID and its implications. So that was a good month. August was the month where the construction of Jason's Special School and the Jethro Daniel Talent Discovery and Development Center started in Palakkad, Kerala. This construction was on hold for I think a year as we tried to find an appropriate person to do the construction and as we waited for all these lockdowns to kind of come to an end. And this is when this work finally started. If you don't know already, I and my family run 4 charitable trusts, out of which 2 of them are Jethro Educational Trust and Jethro Rehabilitation Trust. And these are the 2 trusts that are involved in this special school. The school is already running in a rental premises for lesser students, but this will give like their own space, so it gives more chance to do more and get more children also involved in the center. August also was my parents' 30th wedding anniversary, and again we celebrated this at home, though I did a lot of things. If you haven't watched that video of mine, I'll link that over here and you can watch it when you get the chance. August was also the month where my grandparents moved from Chennai to Coimbatore, where we are currently living, just so that they could have us nearby in case they need anything, because Chennai is a little bit far, and with all these lockdowns and things like that, you couldn't really travel in case of any need. So it gave them that security that we're around. So they moved at the end of August. In September, we as a family took a weekend off and did a staycation in Coimbatore itself in one of the hotels here. That was a much needed break, and so we spent a weekend at a hotel and just got that time to kind of switch off. 2 important things happened in October. On the 1st of October, I booked my first apartment on my own with my own money, and that is definitely a milestone. And on the 30th of October, at the end of October, we released the Night Study Center documentary, which is a documentary film showcasing some of the work of one of the trusts that we run, which is Jethro Charities, providing free tutoring for children from poor economic backgrounds. And that documentary, filmed by one of my colleagues, Bhumi Raja, and edited by me, was released to the public on 30th of October. And that documentary is something I'm really proud of because of the effort that went into it. I really, really enjoyed the process of editing and making it into a story that inspires the world. November was actually a very busy month now that I look back on it. It was the month where we had our November conference, which was a virtual conference, so a lot of work happening towards the end of October and the beginning of November. We also got certified as a great place to work, not we, my company that I work for, VT. And so there was a lot of work going into getting that certification as well, but also to celebrate that certification. We had a celebration at one of the hotels. That was the first time that we all met after March 2020. So it was a really good time getting to meet colleagues we have not seen in person for more than 17, 18 months, and also to meet the new people who joined during COVID basically and who we've not met in person at all. At the end of November, after a very busy kind of season, we decided to go on a break to Coorg. We were able to drive over there and spend my dad's birthday at the end of November at Coorg, just kind of relaxing, kind of exploring the place, kind of understanding a lot about coffee because that place was in a coffee plantation. We just had a good time of relaxation, of reflection, of family, and that was much needed at the end of November, because as I said, November was really busy, October was really busy. I think a lot of the months running up to that was really busy, and I think we just needed that break, and we finally were able to take it. In December, it again seemed like things were getting back to normal. Things were opening up, people were traveling everywhere, COVID cases were reduced, and so we just enjoyed December. We enjoyed the festivities of December. We enjoyed celebrating my brother's birthday. We enjoyed making some snacks and cakes and cookies and things with the family. We had, even in our office, a sports event that happened. We had clients visiting from the States again after a long break. Everything seemed normal, everything seemed calm, everything seemed pre-COVID. I had a friend visit over Christmas, so Christmas was really good with family and friends. We were able to drive out to Anekati and enjoy some time there. We were able to explore Coimbatore and just have long conversations that were long overdue. At the end of December, I took a week off from work, just again with the intention of wanting to spend some time by myself, reflecting and deciding what I wanted to do in 2022 with my life. And that was a good time off. I just spent time alone, getting a massage, taking myself out to dinner, things like that, just to end the year on a proper note. So, all in all, December was a good month, 2021 was a good year. There was something good that happened every single month. I feel that I took that intention of razor sharpness and I applied it to all the areas of my life, and I'm happy with 2021. I don't think I have any regrets in 2021, but obviously, my hope is that 2022 will be a better year, a greater year, and a more purposive year. Thank you again for watching this video as I recap my year. I hope that you've done the same and that you are ready for 2022 and all that is going to bring. We have no idea what is going to happen in 2022, what the world is going to look like, but we can control what we can control, and I hope that we do our best.